Right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I intend to seek knowledge and to teach, to benefit myself and to benefit others, to remind myself and to remind others, to profit myself and to profit others, to urge adherence in the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to invite to guidance and to guide that which is good, seeking the face of Allah, His pleasure, His closeness and His reward, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's continue with our Fatiha. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم ارزقنا يا ربي فهم النبي وحفظ المرسلين وإلهام الملائكة المقربين في عافيتي يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم افتح علينا فتوح العارفين وفقهنا في الدين وعلمنا التأويل واهدنا إلى سواء السبيل اللهم انفعنا وارفعنا وعرفنا بالعلم النافع وانفعنا به أنفسنا وأهلنا وأوطاننا وديارنا وجميع المسلمين يا إله العالمين Alhamdulillah, 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 bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul 'uqdatam min lisani. Alhamdulillah, we are on to our fifth lesson. I'm expecting another altogether. We should be having another 10 more lessons, inshallah. All right, we have to be clear what is our aim here. Our aim here now, right now, is not to understand the Arabic. I mean, not to know how to translate the Arabic, because that will take some time after we gain enough vocab. Normally that I would do through my to our quranic tafsir classes, where we go word by word and do look at a little bit of the grammar here and there and to understand. So knowing the grammar is help in understanding the Arabic in the Quran later on when we go through the Quran, inshallah. Right, today we'll be going to form 2 of the verb, but before that, as we will be revising what we did last lesson. So last lesson we did form 1 verbs, and we had with the past tense, we call it fi'il madi, right? And it has no grammatical states. That means the end does not change at all. Right, what does it mean to be a madi? Is that from the root word we make changes to the end. See, so changes occur after root words. So this is the root word fataha. We have waw, alif, and then we have tu at the end. We have ta at the end, tum and na. Let's just revise a little bit. This one is he opened. This one is the root word itself. All right. And they opened, I opened, you all opened, we opened. All right, just taking this the more popular ones that are used in the Quran. All right, then we have the present future tense, which we call fi'il mudari, and it has grammatical states. All right, changes occur before and sometimes after to. So before and sometimes. So before here, the ya is there. So the root word is fataha there. And you've got the ya and the waw. So before and sometimes after. So this one only happens when it is a plural. Then you have na, and then there's one change there. Then you have a in front change, nun in front change, a in front change. And this is also ta only in front change, and this is ta and waw. This is all when you have a one waw, you know it's a plural. Right. So you have yaftahu, he, and this is a rafa state, where they have an u at the end. Yaftahu, he opens. Yaftahun, they open. Naftahu, we open. Aftahu, I open. Taftahu, you open. Taftahun, you all open. So that's a rafa state. And we have the nasab state. So as with the nasab state, similarly with the ism also, we have an R there. So instead of an U, we have an R. So they change to fatha. So, and when it's a plural, waw nun, it becomes waw alif. All right. So this is the change that you would see in the nasab state. Right. So then we come on to our jazm. In the jazm state, we've got yaftahu becoming yaftah. So it is a sukun here. Right. So there's a dhammah and this is a sukun. And then if it's waw nun, it becomes waw alif. Right. Now, fi'l amr is a form of jazm, and it is a special way in which it is being transformed, right? From yaftahu, we have iftah. So the ya is dropped and an alif is introduced, and it is an instruction, iftah, open. There's a lot of people, of course, we got the waw alif there, iftahu, open, all right? A lot of you. La taftah, don't open, and la taftahu, don't open. So this is amar, which means command or request or forbidding. This is the forbidding part, and this is the request or the command part. Okay, if I'm going too fast, do slow me down. All right, pass. We've got passive verbs. We learn passive verbs. That means done on. Futiha, it was open. Yuftahu, it is opened. All right, or futiha. So there is fu, e. It must be an u in the beginning, and there's an e here, must be an e. And there's a definitely because it is maldi, fi'al maldi, it's always a fatha at the end. If it's not waw nun, then yuftahu, right? The u, the ya becomes u, and then ah here. The u and the ah is the two very important thing, because the sukun must be there. Yuftahu. Of course, it can take ha, yuftaha, and yuftah, right? If there are changes in the grammar. Then we've got the actor, the actee. I thought of changing it to actee rather than done on, you know. I hope you understand what's actee, but it's not something normal. All right, then you have the verbal noun, or we call it the masdar, or we can call it the deed also. Fatih, the opener, the one who opens. Maftuh, the thing that is being opened. Fathun, right, and that is opening or victory. All right, so that's victory. Not so much of a deed, it's more of a noun. All right. Okay, as I mentioned, we have not finished our examples for last lesson. So that was a revision to recap what we have done. So we look at our notes there. We're supposed to identify the present future tense, right? And that is the fi'al mudari. Fi'al mudari will have a change right in the front, right? Either it's a ya, alif, noon, or ta. And sometimes behind waw nun, it can be waw alif also if it is in the nasab and jazm states. Right now, I want you all to go through that. First, you've got 5 examples. Just go through them. I know I've actually just look at them and decide which is them, and we will discuss. I'll give the meaning later. As mentioned, we are not testing you for the translation. We are only just testing on the structures, the grammatical structures, and identification and recognition of the various grammatical items. All right. I think you saw the word, all right? So it's present future, so the ya and the waw nun there, y'all the limun, right? So that is the word that we are supposed to identify being the present future tense, right? Here we have innama, only that, sabilu, this is al, so we know this is an ism. I'm going to revise also a little bit of ism and things like that so that we continuously get to refresh our understanding. Yeah. So this is ism, and then Allah is on, of course, that's huruf. Alladhina, also ism. This is our fi'al, but fi'al mudari because it is the ya and the waw nun there, and that is nas men. I try my very best to get verses with words that you all might be more familiar with. So inama, only that sabil, sabil is the path, right? The path, alalladhina, the way, on those, right? The way against, only that the way is against those who wrong mankind. Is against those who wronged men. Right? So this is inama, only the path or the way is against. The Allah can be against, can be on, against those who wronged. Those who wronged here. Those, you can say those they wrong, because it says a they, ya and wawun is a they wrong. Not wronged, sorry, is present, those who wrong. But that's the way we write in English. Men. Anas is men. So that's our ism as al there. So this is ism, this is rafa, and this is ism, and this is nasab. This is the one that's being wronged, and this is the path that's being talked about. Next one. If you choose this one, yudlamun. Yudlamun is present future tense, but it is a passive. Did I do passive here? Right, passive, right? It's passive. Yudlamun is passive. There is disturbance. Everybody okay with the signals and everything? Anybody has any problem with any disturbance anywhere else? Is anybody's videos on so that it might create some disturbance to others? Because I've muted. Maybe some of you are not muted, is it? No, everything okay? I forgot to I did mute you all. I did mute all. Is everybody muted? Yes. Yeah. All right. Sorry. All right. So this is la yudlamun. See the difference there? Yadlimun and yudlamun. Yudlamun is passive. Yudlamun is passive here. All right. Waqudiya, and it is decreed by nahum, between them, bil haq, with the truth, and they be wronged, right? Not they be wronged. That means they are not the one who wrong, but they will not be wronged. So that's called passive. And it was decreed among them in truth, and they were not wronged. They were not wronged. They are not the one that is being wronged. They were not being wronged. All right. So this is passive, that is active. All right. But this is also for they, ya, and the waw nun there. So this again, this is actually another fi'al here. All right. Wa qudiya is fi'al madi. This is between them with the truth. And they, this is again ism with the truth, be. So because of be huruf jar, it becomes hal haqqi. Is a kasra there. And they, not they, be wrong. All right. Next one. Ya the limb. Now, ya the limb, we can see because of the sukun, it is jazm here. Or ya the limb nafsahu. Or he wronged himself. He wronged himself. I should have, this one doesn't really show why they use ya the limb. There's another word in front usually which makes it jazm. Or ya the limb nafsahu. Or he wronged himself. He wrongs himself. So that's a grammatical mistake in English. He wrongs himself. Aw is all, All right, so we have that. Yeah, the limb nafsahu. Nafs is self. Who is he himself? Inna Allaha la yadlimu. Okay, here another yadlimu. So the differences. This is he wrongs. Mithqala dharrati. Surely Allah, not he wrongs us even a small amount. Right? Surely Allah, not he wrongs even a weight of a particle. Mithqal is weight, dharrah is particle, not. Not he wrongs. All right. If you want to have the meaning, inna is surely, Allah, Allah. Inna is huruf nasab, that's why it's Allah. La yadlimu, not he wrongs. Mithqala is a weight of a particle. So this is an off structure, mithqala dharratin. Mithqala has got no lan, and dharrah is a kasrah. So mithqala dharratin, a weight of a particle. Fala, this one we learn, this is under our off structure, of phrase, mudaf ilahi phrase. Fala tadlimu fihinna anfusakum. Fala, then not tadlimu, right? You wrong, you all. This is you all here, and this waw alif there. Right? It shows it is a nasab, and not you all. Fihinna, in them, yourselves. And don't and do not you wrong. If it's instruction, it's an instruction. Then don't you wrong yourself, right? In them. And do not wrong in them yourselves. And do not, it's an instruction. So it's amr here. Amr here. Fala tadlimu fihinna anfusakum. Anfusakum, nafs. Selves, kum, yourselves. Hinna is a month actually, referring to the haram months. All right. Inna Allaha la yadlimu. So here you have tadlimu, right? And the other one yadlimu. So it's the same root word of dhalama, but in different forms so that we can see the change here. Surely Allah, not he wrong, sorry. Inna Allaha la yadlimu mithqala dharrah. Fala tadlimu fihinna anfusa. Right? So that's then. Fa is then, la is la tadlimu, don't wrong in them yourselves. All right, so that's example 3. We are asked here to choose a verbal nouns, the doer and the done on, or just now I said the actor and the actee. All right, let's check that. Where is the verbal noun? Where is the masdar? Where is the doer? And where is done on? Okay, now, sorry. Yeah, 5 sentences only. 5 sentences. Just choose. Don't have to give meaning. Okay. I will give you all enough time to look at it and get your answers. Think about it. All right. First one. Faghfir lana. Fa is then ighfir. Ighfir is. Okay, let's just take the answer first. All right. Verbal noun, doer, done on. So let's look at it. Faghfir lana warhamna wa anta khairul ghafirin. So this is the one. Ghafirin, right? But this is a plural. Ghafirin is the plural of ghafir. Ghafir is the ghafirun is the rafa state. Okay, let's look at what the sentence is all about. It's a faghfir is an instruction. Fa and ighfir is to forgive. This is jazm, right? Because and it is amr, fail amr, request. Faghfir, then forgive lana, us, for us. Warhamna, and have mercy on us. Irham, another request. Warhamna. Wa anta, and you. Khairul ghafirin. This is the off structure. Best of those who forgive. Best of those who forgive. So this is, as mentioned, fi'al amr. This is la. La is huruf, haraf. This is ism, pronoun. Another request, fi'al amr. Wa is of course huruf. And this is huruf. This is ism again. This is best of. So khairul ghafirin. So again, ism. Ghafir. And forgive for us and have mercy on us, and you are the best of those who forgive. All right, here we have the ghafir. Ghafir, forgiver. Ghafir dhambi, forgiver of sins. Wa qabil tawbi. So two words, qabil and ghafir. So ghafir is forgiver. Qabil, acceptor. Qabul. Qabul dua. Ghafil is ghafur, ghafara. So ghafil dhunub, the forgiver of sins and acceptor of tawbah. Tawb. Wa qabil tawb. Forgive. So this is an off structure again. These are phrases actually not a complete sentence. Forgiver of sins and acceptor of repentance. Okay, let's got that. Ghafiril dhambi. So this is ism. This is ism. Ism and ism and ism is a very powerful statement, right? Because it is made of isms, not fi'al at all. Allah, is it that? Inna nasrallah. Undoubtedly, Allah is also sometimes pronounced as undoubtedly, surely. Inna, surely, nasrallahi qareeb. Right, nasra, this is the word, nasr. Nasr is the word, and that is the verbal noun, nasr. And we saw that fatah. Fatah is nasr. Nasrallahi, again, off structure here. Help of Allah, qareeb, close. Okay, so Allah, undoubtedly, surely. So a lot of emphasis here in the sentence here. Nasra from the word nasara means the help. Ansar, nasara, help of Allah, qareeb, close. Okay, that. So I said you don't have to rush through that. I think if you can't, because you can always go back to the videos and the YouTube and just copy it. What is important here is to identify the word nasr as a noun here, the word ghafir, qabil as a noun here, and the ghafirin as a noun, to know the difference between noun and verb. Fa'asallahu ayyatiya bil fatah. So that's the word that we want here, fatah. Right? Fatah is the word that we want here. Victory. No, sorry, I want to explain this. Fa'asa, then maybe Allah, ayati, that He might give, He gives with the victory, Al-Fatah. Fatah is the victory. So that is again our noun, verbal noun as they call it, or you can call it the masdar. Then maybe Allah, that He gives the victory. Fa'asa, fa is then, asa is maybe quite a common word in the Quran. Allah is the one that He gives. The ya'ti, this is mudari, fi'l mudari. Ya is different there, referring to Allah as a He here, bil fatah. Alladhi yajidunahu maktuban indahum fit Taurah. This is the word maktub. Maktub. We have this one, we have fatah, right? Fa'il, fat, and the other one is fatih, and the other one is maftub. So this is where we have maktub, because the root word is kataba. So it's maktuban, right? So this is the one that is the acti, or the done on, right? Alladhi, that yajidunahu. This is a ya and the waw nun, so this is fi'al mudari. That they found it written, or being something that is written, right? Indahum, with them, fit Taurat, in the Taurat, right? Those they find it written, not those. Alladhi is that they find it written, that they find it written with them in the Torah. They find it written with them in the Torah. All right. So this is the word maktuban. So as mentioned, it is about understanding and being able to identify the noun. Of course, the noun you see as an but you know that actually after you learn, it comes from the first form, and it is the doer, so the done on of the first. So what is being written already, right? So it's something that is written here, and they find it written with them in the Torah. All right. So fa'asallahu ayyatiya bil fatah alladhi yajidunahu maktuban indahum fit Torah. All right, so we go on to our final part, which we are supposed to finish. We're supposed to finish last week, so never mind. Inshallah, we'll take our time. If we rush and everybody gets very upset about it being too difficult. All right, again, choose the present and future tense. Practice 2. Identify them, and if possible, identify whether they're in a rafa or in a nasab state or jazm. You having class or what? Apa? Dia dah anjak ni? Dia dah anjak, dia cook. Dia satu. I give you all 2 minutes, so there's 10 questions there. All right, let's move through. All right, so far, as mentioned, I mean, I'm not very sure what, I mean, you need to be very, very clear of what you understand, because we have revised the various terms. So we have, right, ism, and we have gone through the various states of the ism. We've got the fa'il. Now we are going through the fa'il, but now we are going through the first form only. We've got 10 forms of fa'il. All right, so first form, they have different structures, but what is important for us to know what is present, what's past, and what's passive, and what's active, and what's a noun. So it's just recognition and to realize what are the things that we look out for in identifying a noun, an ism, a fa'il, and of course the different various states of the fa'il and the ism. All right. So here, we are looking here for present and future tenses. That means present and future, remember, is fi'il mudari. So when it's present and future, we always look out for the change in front, and the change, it has to be ya, ta, nun, or alif. And it's 4 items we look for, a change in front of the word. And if there is a change in behind, there is a possibility. Now here, we know this is definitely a verb because of the ya there in front. See, this is a ya there, is a verb. So this is our verb that we are looking for. And in this verb, we can see that it is a nasab because there's an here at the end. And it's a nasab because we have learned there's a li in front, which makes it nasab. So there are a few letters which makes it nasab. It doesn't really, you don't have to memorize all, but just realize that, oh, it's a li. And oh, it's a nasab. Then this li must be the one that makes it nasab, that kind of thing. Okay? So fama, kanallahu liyadlimahum. Then not it be Allah to wrong them, right? That was not, then not was Allah to wrong them. Kana is was, or it be also can. Allah is the ism, and it is rafa. Fa is then, ma is what, not. Ma here is not, so then not. Was, kana is a verb, but we have not learned that, so we're just going to just remember it was Allah. Liyadlimahum. Liyadlima. So liyadlima is nasab because it's here. Hum, and it is present future, or we call it the mudari. So present future change is always in front. There must be a change in front. All right, then we have وَإِذْ قُلْنَا دَخُلُوا هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةِ. So here is a bit more difficult for us to see because this is Amr. Amr, the change is an alif there here in this particular state. Udkhulu is an instruction. Udkhulu, right? And when we said udkhulu, but there is no u because it's combined here. But if it's on its own, it's udkhulu. Wa idh qulna, and when we said, so this is past tense, we are not looking for this, we are looking for this being an ism here, being a fi'l amr, fi'l amr, udkhulu, instruction. Hadhihi al-qaryah, this, hadi is this, the town, al-qaryah, the town. Wa idh, and when we said, enter this town. That's the way we say it. We don't say this is the town. It's not in English, right? So this is what we are looking for here. So this is the difference here. Always remember, the fi'l amar doesn't have the ya or the ta, whatever in front, right? So here we see it's just an alif there. وَقِيلَ ادْخُلَ النَّارَ مَعَ الدَّاخِلِينَ. This is this one. Udkhula instead of udkhulu, which we are quite familiar with, we have udkhula. Udkhula is for two people. It's an alif there. And it was said, enter both of you, the fire, with those who enter. Dakhilin, right? So dakhilin is our noun. We're not looking for that. Question say present and future. That means this instruction, this fi'il amar is under present and future tenses. Udkhula. وَقِيلَ ادْخُلَ النَّارَ مَعَ الدَّاخِلِينَ. This is under jazam of the future tense. Okay, you can call it fi'il amr, a bit slightly different. Enter both the fire with those who enter. وَقِيلَ ادْخُلَ. When you say an alif at the end, you know it is for two. I didn't repeat that just now because it's hardly around in the Quran. An-nar مَعَ الدَّاخِلِينَ, with those who enter. So ma'a is huruf jar, that is why you have ya nun and not waw nun here. وَقِيلَ ادْخُلَ النَّارَ مَعَ الدَّاخِلِينَ. Alright, so remember what is our aim is to identify. So this is a bit difficult, but I just explained so we can mark it and understand what it is and where it's what verb it is and why is it considered as present future, although it's strictly fi'il amr here actually. But fi'il amr is considered as a jazm state of the present future tenses. Fadkhuli fi ibadi. Again, udkhul, but now it's udkhuli. If you remember, this one shows a female. Alright, fi ibadi, in my or with my slaves. Then enter with my slaves. Ibad is slave, ya my. Fi ibadi, fadkhuli fi ibadi. So I've shown, we've gone through differences in the instruction, right? In the amr. Udkhulu, udkhula, and udkhuli. Yuriduna ayyukhruju minan nar. Yuriduna, this is the verb we see, right? Present, future, past tense, they. Ayyukhruju, another present, past tense, present, future tense. Present, future tense, fi'il mudari. But the an is that, so the an makes it nasab, we have waw alif. It's just a structure change here to emphasize further things as mentioned, minan nar, of the fire. Amr is part of jazm. Amr is part of jazm. If you look at the notes again, last week, you will see that Amr is a form of jazm. So jazm, but Amr takes a different structure from, basically it has the waw alif. So Amr is fi'il Amr. Actually, I should have just separated them as another fi'il Amr, where you have, but it takes some jazm forms also. Some notes actually put them under jazm also, because of the fact that in the singular part it takes a sukun. Yuriduna, so they desired that they be brought out of the fire. Kharaja, khuruj is out, makhraj is a place that comes out, right? Uridu is to wish, to desire. Right? They wish that they be brought out of the fire. All right. They wish that they are brought out of the fire. Yuriduna ayyakhruju minan nar, of the fire. So this is present future, and this is a huruf nasab. So this one becomes nasab. Nasab, there's no nun here. So waw alif at the end here. All right, minan nar. Wal baladut tayyibu yakhruju nabatuhu bi'idhni rabbih. Where's the word that we want? Present, future, only one. This, the ya. Right? We can look out for the ya, the ta, the na, the alif. Right? This one is alif lam. That's an ism. Alif lam and ism. Right? Nabatuhu. This one doesn't look like a verb. Right? So it must be an ism because of the who. You have a tun. Bi'idhni Rabbi, with the permission of his Rabb. Let's look at the meaning. And the land, balad, right? Balad is land, the good land. Al-baladu tayyibu, wal-baladu tayyibu, and the good land. Yakhruju, it brings forth. Nabatuhu, its plants. Nabat is plants. Bi'idhni Rabbihi, by the permission of his Rabb. So this one, it brings forth, it brings forth. The good land brings forth. So this is jumla ismiyah because we start off with two isms, right? Jumla ismiyah. Wal baladu tayyibu yakhruju nabatuhu bi'idhni rabbih. So the good land, it brings forth its plants with permission of all. Nabat is a plural of plants and plants. It's plants. Faqul, then say, lan takhruju ma'iya abada. All right, we have this word ta and the waw alif there, and that is jazm. Why? Because of the lan. The lan makes it jazm. Right, jazm. So this one sometimes, we often come across this lam yalid lan. This is nasab. Faqul, then say, lan, never, takhruju, you come out, ma'iya abada, right, with me forever. Then say never, faqul, then say never, you come out with me forever. Lan takhruju ma'iya abada. All right, so you see the ta and the waw alif, this is nasab. Abada. Yeah, kaburat. This is not this because this is not past. This is not present. Change is at the end. So this is past. Kalimatan, this is ism. Takhruju, this is the verb that we are looking for. Right? The ta is there. Kharaja. Takhruju min afwahihim, from their mouths. Afwah is mouths. Terrible, a real big thing. Kabir is big. Kaburat, really big. Kalimatan, words, right? That comes out. Takhruju, that comes out from afwahihim, their mouths. Big words coming out from their mouths. Kaburat, kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. Takhruju comes out. This is coming out, referring to the words kalimatan takhruju. Kaburat kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. So this one is an it. Ta can be it. It can be also you. It, female. Takhruju. Because kalimatan is female here. So instead of kaburat. Kaburat also female. Talking about the kalimah. At kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. Inna lanansuru rusulana. Inna, surely we, lam, la, nansuru, definitely we, na, nasara, we help, rusulana, our rusul. So here the nansuru from the word nasara, this is the rafa' state because of the u at the end, and the nun at the beginning here is the we. Surely, definitely, la is definite, we help our Rasuls, our messengers, Rusulan. Surely, we help our messengers. Not Rasul, but Rusul. So Rusul is messengers. Our messengers. All right. وَيَقُولُونَ سَيُغْفَرُ لَنَا. And they say, this is what we want, يَقُولُونَ سَيُغْفَرُ لَنَا. We will be forgiven for us. Will be forgiven for us. The yughfaru, you and fa makes it forgiven. Past tense, right? And they say it will be forgiven for us. وَيَقُولُونَ سَيُغْفَرُ لَنَا. So this is what we're identifying here, the present tense here. Right? Yaquluna is this is definitely rafa, and this is also rafa because even though this is passive because it's u and the are there. Yughfaru is passive. It will be forgiven for us, or it is forgiven for us. So the sa it becomes will. All right, so that's our revision for last week. We're just going on through. We won't have much time for this second part. We'll just look at what we have, and we'll revise again next week. This form reflects meaning in 3 ways. So it's a fa'ala structure. Last week was fa'ala. This is fa'ala. The intensity of the verb repetition or the energy in which the action is performed. So this form in 3 ways. One, it shows the intensity of the verb. It shows the repetition. So there is a sense of being repeated again and again and again. It's in nazzala. The Quran is being sent down again and again and again and again. The energy with which action is performed, he made himself do, to make himself, to force himself to do. There is a causative action, to make another do or to make yourself do. So there is a causative action. All right. All right, let's look at the past tense, the fi'il madi. I'm not giving all, just what is necessary, what's the most critical one. Nazzala. So there's a main thing, nazala, he sent down. Then we have nazalat, she sent down. Nazalu, they sent down, or I live there. Nazaltu, I sent down. Two is I there. Nazala has a different meaning, to come down, he came down. But nazala, to cause to come down, so send down. All right, and nazala. Then you have nazaltum, you all send down. Nazalta, you send down. And nazalna, we send down. As mentioned, for the past tense, the changes are all after. After, there's a nazalat, or alif, to. For the rest, we have nazaltu, nazaltum, nazalta, nazalna. That's how you recognize it, eh? So that's past tense. Examples. Identify the past tense. Give you a minute to look at the past tense. All right. Allama. So that allama. Allama is to know. Allama is to cause to know. When you cause to know, you teach. Allama. It's past tense. And he taught Adam the names all of them. And here ha becomes a them because asma is considered as a female singular entity. So it's a ha. And he taught Adam the names all of them. He is capital He, referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this particular statement. وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابِ. Now, غَلَّقَتْ. This is definitely female, but it's supposed to be a sukun. It is not a sukun to make it easy on the tongue to read through. وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابِ. Right, we know that a fi'il will not have an e, not supposed to, unless there is a need for reading. وَغَلَّقَتِ and she closed the doors. غلقت الأبواب. Abwab is the plural of bab. Abwab, doors. قد فصلنا. See, this is all. There's always a shadda here at the middle term. فعل. So فصلنا. فصلنا is to make. So this is the one that we want. فصلنا. Do you read first? قد فصلنا الآيات لقوم يعلمون. So we are interested in this one. Past tense, form 2. Surely we explain the ayahs for people they know, who know. People who know. Ya'lamun, alama is to know. Ya and wawnun referring to liqawmin, people. Ya'lamun. Li is for, so that it says qawmin, right? Because of the huruf jar there. Qad fassalna al-ayati, we explain the ayahs. Ayat is of course nasab because it's a thing that's been explained. Liqawmi ya'lamun. So this is first form fi'al mudari, present future tense, because of the ya and the wawnun, they all. Aw tahira baytiya lit-ta'ifin. Again, we hear this is what we want, tahara, but we have an alif there, so it must be two. That they both purify baiti, my house, for those who ta'ifin, those who tawaf. That they purify my house for those who tawaf. That they purified, and she purified. They both, it's best you put they both purified, so we understand there is a two there. The alif there refers to two things. They both purified my house for those who tawaf. وَإِذْ عَلَّمْتُكَ kitab. وَإِذْ عَلَّمْتُكَ kitab. And when allamtu, see the word allam there, right? The two is I. And when I taught you the book. وَإِذْ عَلَّمْتُكَ kitab. And when I taught you the book, sorry, again my grammatical mistake here. All right, so that's recognition of the fi'al madi. Fi'al mudari has grammatical states. We know that. Rafa' state, we're going to show you the rafa' state, and we're going to discuss how to make the other states. Yunazzilu, again the zai there, right? There's a shadda there in the second term, fa'ala structure, and it's a you now, not a ya. The fa'ala is a ya, this is a you. It's a difference. Yunazzilu, he sends down. Yunazzilu. Yunazzilun, wow, nun, they send down. Nunazzilu, nu is we send down. Unazzilu, I send down. Tunazzilu, you send down. Tunazzilun, you all send down. Okay. The tunazzilu can be it also, being a female it, remember that, eh? Now, if it is going to be nasab, then it will be an here, waw alif here, 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 and waw alif. There's a difference, right? And also in the jazm, then it will be sukun. That means yunazzil. And here waw alif, nunazzil, unazzil, tunazzil, and here waw alif, tunazzilu. So that's the difference in rafa, nasab, and jazm. Here is command, fi'il amr. Fi'il amr is a part of the jazm state. All right, so it is called fi'il amr. It's an instruct, command, request, or forbidding. Nazil. So now you see it's a different one. There's no alif there. Right, there's a nun there. Nazil. Nazilu. Or alif for a lot of people. La tunazil, don't you send down. And la tunazzilu, don't you all send down. Right, so that's waw alif again here, and it's a sukun here. That's why we say it's like the jazm, because it's sukun and waw alif. Right, so we can separate it so that we can become clearer, inshallah. Right, we'll finish off this example. Let's go through. You do it yourself first, then I'll go through and then we'll finish off for the lesson today. So here we are looking at future tense and identify its state. That means it includes fi'il amr also. We've gone through fi'il amr just now. All right, so this is our word, liyutahhirakum. Here we know it is nasab because of the a. Right, the you makes it present future, but it's nasab because of the li actually, and the li makes it ah. This is not what we want. We want the one with the shaddah here. It's our second structure. But this is also a verb. Walakin, but he wishes to, so that he purify you. But he wishes to purify you all. He wishes so that he purifies. To be specific, we can write it as, but he wishes so that he purifies you all. And so that you can be very clear of what he wishes. Because the meaning is still the same, but if you want to look at the Arabic, he wishes so that he purifies. Purifies, and you is all because of the kum there. Sometimes when you put a you, you don't know whether it's you, a lot of you or one you. All right. وَطَهِّرْ بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ. This is an instruction. وَطَهِّرْ, and purify. My house, this is an instruction. Just now was they to purify. Baiti, my house, لِلطَّائِفِينَ, for those who tawaf. It's an instruction, yeah, for those who tawaf. يثبت الله الذين آمنوا. يثبت, thabbit. Malay word is sabit actually. Sabit, setelah sabit, bulan dah nampak lah, dah clear, or it's already firm already. Ya muqallibal qulub, thabbit qulubana, means make firm. Thabbit is to make firm. So yuthabbitu, this is present future referring to Allah, because Allah is the rafa', Allah who is the one who makes firm. So makes firm Allah, alladhina amanu, those who believed. Allah makes firm those who believed. Because in Arabic, it's a standard structure to put the verb first. Alladhina amanu. Nahnu khalaqnakum, nahnu, we created you. Okay, let's see. We're supposed to check the word that we are looking for is tusaddiqun. Tusaddiqun, with the shadda there, and the ta and the waw nun. So nahnu, we created you all. Why then not you confirm? Sadaqa is to confirm that it's true. So we use the word confirm there. We created you, then why not you confirm? Okay? So this is a jumla ismiyah. Nahnu is at the beginning, ism is here. Khalaqnakum, we created you. This is our fa'ala structure, past tense, maldi. And why then not you? This is our second structure, saddaqa. So to saddiqun, it's a tu and a waw. Qala sanuqattilu. The word is qattala. Qattala is to kill. Sanuqattilu, sa is will. He said, we will kill abna'ahum, their sons, wa nastahayi, and we will let live, haya, live here. Abna is sons, nisa'ahum, their women. Qala sanuqattilu nuqattilu abna'ahum wa nastahyi nisa'ahum. So here, qala, he said, this is fi'il madi, it's a at the end there. This is nuqattilu. This is the nu there, we, right? And it's qattala here. Nuqattilu, so it is rafa' state. Abna'ahum. He says, we will kill their sons and we will let live their women. Nisa'a. All right, we will stop there. Continue next week, inshallah. As you move along, you would, inshallah, slowly understand what's happening and the various forms that we are looking at, inshallah. Okay, let's end with our dua. What questions before we finish off with our dua? Inshallah, we know Arabic learning is always not easy. Allahumma astaudiuka ma'allamtani fadudhu ilayya waqta hajati ilayhi fala tunsinihi ya rabbal alamin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbana anfa'na bima 'allamtana. Rabbi 'allimna alladhi yanfa'una. Rabbi faqihna wa faqih ahlana wa qarabatin lana fi dinina ma'a ahli al-qutri unsa wa zakah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asri innal insana lafi khusr. Illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, see all of you next week.